and welcome to my physical TBR. So every year I have been doing this video where I show you all of the books that I still have to read that are on my shelves. This year, it's less than last year, which is great. That was my goal. Thankfully, we're keeping that goal. I'm gonna try it a different way this year. Instead of me coming up here the same thing all the time, I'm gonna do slightly different to see if I like it and you like it. For once, I don't fully know how many books there are. I know the not average. It's like around 150 from what I know. I don't know how many exactly. So let's just start because these videos usually take me hours to make. Let's go. Daughter of the Moon Goddess and Immortal by Su Lin Tan. Daughter of Smoke and Bone. Dreams of Gods and Monsters. And Days of Blood and Starlight by Laini Taylor. The Empress of Salt and Fortune by Nhi Vo. I hope that's right. Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo. The Atlas Six and The Atlas Paradox by Olivia Blake. The Rose Bargain by Sasha Payton Smith. In the Shadow of an Obsession by Macy Aurora. A Game of Masks by Eliza Eveland. From Blood and Ash and Kingdom of Flesh and Fire by Jennifer L. Armentrout. The Crimson Moth by Kristen Ciccarelli. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes and Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. Stars Above, Gilded, and Cursed by Marissa Meyer. Serpent and Dove and Blood and Honey by Shelby Moran. Where Dreams Descend and When Night Breaks by Janella Angeles. A Darker Shade of Magic, A Gathering of Shadows, A Conjuring of Light, and The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. All of Us Villains and All of Our Demise by Amanda Foody and C.L. Herman. Aurora Rising, Aurora Burning, and Aurora's End by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. Blood and Moonlight by Erin Beatty. The Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter. Six Crimson Cranes, The Dragon's Promise, Spin the Dawn, and Unravel the Dusk by Elizabeth Lim. The Bone Season, The Mime Order, The Song Rising, and A Day of Fallen Night by Samantha Shannon. A Court of Wings and Ruin, A Court of Frost and Starlight, A Court of Silver Flames, House of Earth and Blood, and House of Sky and Breath by Sarah J. Maas. Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. Mislaid in Parts Half Known, and Adrift in the Currents Clean and Clear by Shannon McGuire. An Ember in the Ashes, A Torch Against the Night, A Reaper at the Gates, and A Sky Beyond the Storm by Saba Tahir. The Kiss of Deception, The Heart of Betrayal, The Beauty of Darkness, Dance of Thieves, and Vow of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. The Last Magician, and The Devil's Thief by Lisa Maxwell. A Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson. The Will of the Many by James Islington. The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. Comey Can't Communicate Volumes 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16 by Tomohito Oda. Girls of Paper and Fire and Girls of Storm and Shadow by Natasha Ingen. The Darkness Within Us by Trisha Levenseller. The 10,000 Doors of January by Alex E. Harrow. Twin Crowns by Catherine Doyle and Catherine Weber. Nettle and Bone by T. Kingfisher. One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig. Belladonna by Adeline Grace. Wings of Starlight by Alison Saft. A Deal with the Elf King by Elise Kova. Skyward and Starsight by Brandon Sanderson. Babel, The Poppy War, The Dragon Republic, and The Burning God by R.F. Kuang. Truth Witch, Wind Witch, Sight Witch, and Blood Witch by Susan Dennard. Under the Whispering Door by T.J. Klune. Girl Serpent Thorn by Melissa Bashardoost. Exile, Everblaze, Never Seen, and Lodestar by Shannon Messenger. Peter and the Starcatchers by Dave Barry and Ridley Pearson. Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman. When Women Were Dragons by Kelly Barnhill. Love Redesigned, Throttled, Collided, Wrecked, and Redeemed by Lauren Asher. Deep End and Mate by Ali Hazelwood. The Things We Leave Unfinished by Rebecca Yarros. Lights Out and Caught Up by Nevessa Allen. Assistant to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mehrer. The Things We Hide from the Light by Lucy Score. The Wall of Winnipeg and Me, and From Lukov with Love by Mariana Zapata. If the Shoe Fits by Julie Murphy. Roomies and Something Wilder by Christina Lauren. Happy Place by Emily Henry. Take Me Home Tonight by Morgan Matson. Business or Pleasure and Weather Girl by Rachel Lynn Solomon. Jana Goes Wild by Farah Heron. The Getaway List by Emma Lord. Imogen Obviously by Becky Albertalli. The Perfect Guy Doesn't Exist and Never Ever Getting Back Together by Sophie Gonzalez. Girls Save the World in This One by Ash Parsons. Love Radio by Ebony Liddell. 10 Things I Hate About Pinky And There's Something About Sweetie by Sandia Menon, Let Me Hear a Rhyme by Tiffany D. Jackson, All the Right Reasons by Bethany Mangle, The Complete Fairy Tales by Hans Christian Andersen, The Complete Fairy Tales by the Brothers Grimm, Science Fiction Short Stories by a lot of authors, The Beetle by Richard Marsh, Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, The Island of Dr. Moreau by H.G. Wells, Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte, The Color Purple by Alice Walker, Anne of Green Gables by L.M. Montgomery, The Lady's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy, and The Nobleman's Guide to Scandal and Shipwrecks by Mackenzie Lee, Night Film by Marisha Pessel, If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio, Finley Donovan is Killing It by L. Cosimano, The Girl in Question by Tess Sharp, Listen for the Lie by Amy Tintera, The Housemaid by Frida McFadden, Home Before Dark by Riley Sager, The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, Foul is Fair by Hannah Capin, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, As Good as Dead, and Good Girl, Bad Blood by Holly Jackson. So those are all the books that I currently have on my physical TBR. I think it's around 158, if I'm not wrong. Sometimes I get it wrong because I don't count, in my head, the 3 short story collections that are by the Grimm brothers, Hans Christian Andersen, and the sci-fi one. So that sometimes causes some confusion, but I think it's around that number. I am currently reading some of the books here, so this will change the moment that I post this, but it is what it is. Hopefully this version of this type of video is more fun. I feel like it gives you a 2-for-1, a bookshelf tour and a physical TBR tour, so hopefully that was more enjoyable. I don't know. If there are any books that you think I should prioritize, please let me know and I will try. Maybe. Don't promise anything. But that is everything for today, and I'll see you in my next Read video. Bye!